Hey, how's it going? This is Sessions. It's where music lives. And this evening, we're incredibly lucky to have Gavin Garcia with us.
So carry me away, let me be and let me live without thinking. And take me to the stars, over heaven and above, with my mind free seeing. But then you tell me away, and you feel no shame, and ask of me what only one would pray. Horizon on the line, so distant, an endless sea, an ocean reflecting the lives and sins of you and me. So carry me away, somewhere safe, where silence surrounds me, or take me to the stars over heaven and above, with my mind free seeing. With my mind free seeing. But then you tear me away, and you feel no shame, and ask of me what only one would pray. Yet still you're seeking me the blame. So try to let go, so try to let go again. So try to let go, so try to let go again. But then you tear me away, and you feel no shame, and ask of me what only one would pray. Yet still you're seeking me for blame.
Gavin, how are you?
Good, Ben. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. Good to see you. It's been ages.
It's been a really, really long time, definitely.
Where have you been? What have you been up to?
Well, I moved to UK initially when I went to study over there, and the past 6 years I've been living in London. And so, although I do come to Gib, it's usually Christmas and the summertime. So they're short stints, really, between working, of course. But it's an absolute pleasure to be here.
And how's it going in London for you?
It's going good. It's going good. I mean, I've been trying to get as much gigs under the belt, so to speak, as I possibly can. Work, obviously, you know, it's tough juggling work and music. But the past sort of 4 years, musically, I've been trying to get as many, get to as many people as possible and get to know the venues and sort of things like that, and just try to do as many gigs as I've been able to do, really. But there's something about London. There's a charm to it. There's a museum, there's a galleries, there's a gigs, and it just, for now, I'm very happy there.
I mean, there's this romantic idea where you can go, right, I'm going to go to London, or I'm going to go to a big city, and I'm going to make it big.
Yeah.
How tough is it to make inroads?
That's a good question. I guess I've always been quite realistic in terms of achievement, but also I'm not denying myself any possibilities or chances. So getting to know people is one of the hardest things. I mean, London, you know, has a population of 10, 11 million people or so, but there are lots of musicians. There are a lot of people who want the same thing you want, the same goal. And so getting to know the right people and getting to also know who you have to support, you know, it's a two-way street sort of thing, is quite tough. I mean, the thing that I found most helpful, really, is playing certain types of gigs, little songwriter circles where you get half an hour of music and you do get some sort of an audience and they'll come up to you and speak to you afterwards. Or there are musicians who themselves might want to do a gig with you later. But it is tough. It's a competitive place. There is that romanticism to it, of course. But it's tough, but just gotta keep on going.
Tell us a bit about the first song that you played this evening.
Yeah, Tearaway is a number that I've actually recorded with a full sort of band at home. It started out with the riff, the intro riff, but it kind of works quite well acoustically, I find, with the harmonica. And it's just one of those songs that came quite naturally. The music came to me quite easily, and then when I had it done, the verses, which are quite short, also came quite naturally. It wasn't one of those that you have to sort of plunder over every lyric or every line or every verse. And I'm quite happy with it. It'll be nice to have it for people to hear in such a way, you know, because my demos that are online I'll be the first to admit, you know, they're not of the highest recording quality, but the ideas are there. So it'll be great to see how it comes across on the screen.
How about the harmonica? Has that always been part of what you do?
Not initially. I mean, my initial influences are hard rock, heavy metal, which I still love and still listen to, and sort of comes through in my electric playing. But there certainly was a point in my life in terms of what I listened to when I got into other artists like Nick Cave, Dylan, Neil Young, people like that, where other things started coming through, the stronger presence of the acoustic guitar, which did feature in bands like before, like Alice in Chains, for example. But then you get this harmonica, which gives you another layer, another level of sound when you're playing. Sometimes one guitar is enough, but other times you want to add something else to it. So I've just tried my best to play it and see if I could fit it in certain songs, really.
Who do you like? I mean, you mentioned metal and rock.
Yeah.
Who do you like?
First band, first love, Metallica. always. But from there, it's gone to, you know, Guns N' Roses, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, AC/DC, and the sort of second epitaph of musical discoveries has been stuff like Bowie, who I suppose was the first artist that made me want to sing and not just play, you know. I was hearing his early albums like Ziggy Stardust and Aladdin Sane, and I just thought, oh, maybe I should try that, you know. He certainly was one of those people that challenged the stereotype, and he thought, just do what it is you want to do. And then there are people like Neil Young who's still there today, and Dylan. They've always done what they've wanted to do regardless of outside pressures. And they've been a huge influence, definitely a huge inspiration.
Is that quite liberating for you, just doing what you want to do and going with it?
Yeah, I think it's, personally, I think it's the only way you can do it. I think if you spend maybe too much time listening to other influencers, or you think that this is going to work and this is going to, you know, not that I'm in that realm of selling albums or records, I think you can very easily fall into a trap. Whereas if you just do what comes naturally and you're happy with, whatever that may be, I think that's the best way to approach it. And that's all I've ever tried to do. And really, which is why I play acoustically sometimes or electrically. For me, it's like a yin and yang. I need both things in my life.
It's good to have them both as well.
Absolutely,
it's good to be able to do and be good at both. You know?
Well, I love acoustic guitar playing as much as I like the electric side, the heavier side. And that obviously stems from those early bands I listened to. And the more acoustic stuff stems from the second sort of phase of music I listened to. And so I couldn't really live without either one, you know. I'm a rubbish piano player, but that might feature eventually as well, you know, as a lot of bands as to do have piano. But yeah, just try and do what it is that one feels comfortable with.
I mean, you mentioned those rock bands, and it's like you were looking through my CD collection.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and Gibraltar's always had a very good rock scene, really. You know, family was an influence in the music, as to friends, you know. And there are a lot of people here who have that love, that passion for those rock bands. But there's also people here who love all sorts of stuff, you know. And when I moved to England, it opened up a whole new selection of artists, stuff that I'd never listened to, like the Smiths, you know, and Morrissey's solo output and stuff, or Nick Cave or PJ Harvey. And it just, for me, you know, I feel that just taking all that in, maybe it doesn't have a direct influence on the music that you make, but it makes me feel that there are certain things within that then I might want to try and achieve or trigger or be inspired by.
Let's hear your next song. It's called Step by Step. Is there a story behind it?
That song, I wrote it, I don't know, maybe 3.5, 4 years ago. And when I recorded it, I thought, this is too simple. There's not enough to it. And maybe there isn't, I don't know. But it just stayed locked away. And I didn't play any gigs, didn't play it anywhere, didn't show it to anybody. And then one day when you pick up a little bit more confidence and you bring it out and you realize, actually, well, you know, there's something there in that song. There is a simplicity to it that I quite like. But yeah, that's always been an acoustic song.
Okay, excellent. Nice one. Let's hear it.
With my feet and my mind, I left you behind. Looking for a shore that would sail me away. And step by step, and thought by thought, I tried to erase you. thought I tried to raise you. There are marks on my hands, but they can't see them. And I cover them up to forget how to feel. And step by step, and thought by thought, I tried to raise you. And step by step, and thought by thought, I tried to raise you. Oh, but why did it take so long? Oh, but why did it take so long?
Accuracy, reliability, consistency. You need all three when relying on the weather forecast. For all your local Gibraltar weather and across the Mediterranean, whatever your weather needs, we bring the weather to you. MeteoGib, Marine and Commercial Weather Consultancy, your very own personal weather forecaster.
I caught you knocking at my cellar door. I love you, baby, can I have some more? The damage done. I hit the city and I lost my band. I watched the needle take another man. Gone, gone, the damage done. I sing the song because I love the man. I know that some of you can understand. Milk blood to keep from pouring out. I sing the needle and the damage done. A little part of it in everyone, but every junkie's like a setting sun.
So Gavin, a nice Neil Young cover there. Why did you choose that one?
I tell you what, it wasn't easy choosing covers for today's program. I mean, I only did one on the acoustic session today, but there's so many songs that I feel I could have played, and then maybe it's a bad habit of mine. You spend too much time rifling through songs you like, or songs that you think will work with the songs that you've written. But the needle and the damage done, it literally sprang to mind a couple of days ago, and I thought, yeah, I'll do that song, you know, because there are many other Neil Young songs that I could have done, of course, perhaps more obvious choices or more well-known choices. But there is something about that song. It's quite concise, you know, it's quite simple, but I think it's quite a powerful track. And if people that haven't heard it, maybe that'll get them into Neil Young and his music.
Nice one. You mentioned in part one that you've got demos online. Where can people find out about that?
All my music is on SoundCloud. Just literally type SoundCloud, Gavin Garcia into Google or your preferred search engine. There is stuff on YouTube as well. Just type Gavin Garcia as well. And I have a Facebook page also. The Just demos are done at home as full band recordings and acoustic recordings. There's about 6 or 8 tracks on there, I think. So yeah, there's a little selection of stuff that the people can listen to.
And we're actually getting a taster of you with the band next week.
Yes, that's right.
What can we expect?
Songs that I've maybe written acoustically, but then ended up being electric, and vice versa. And it's been a real pleasure rehearsing those songs and finally sort of bringing them to life. It's something I did a few years ago in Gib. But this time round, maybe it's the environment, the studio, they just seem to have, maybe because I know them better. You know, when I first did them in Gib a few years ago at a gig, they were quite fresh, they were quite new songs. But now that I know them quite well, I feel more confident with them. They've come across really well, so hopefully they do sound great on everyone's screens.
Nice one. Well, we're looking forward to that. You got one more song for us this evening called The Orchard?
Yeah, that's right, yes.
Tell us a bit about that one.
That song I wrote in about October, November time. And that, again, came about quite quickly. It was one of those songs, a bit like Tearaway. It just came to me, and I just wrote it down, wrote the lyrics down, and wrote the music. And I wanted something quite punchy, that had a good pace to it. So there is an electric demo of that, actually, online. But today, of course, it's represented in an acoustic way.
Excellent. All right, well, we'll have a listen, and we'll see you next week.
OK, thank you, Ben.
Thanks, Gavin.
Thanks.
Listen to the man, they told us. He will guide the way. On his plinth of mighty splendor, vacant words will be said. Over yonder, down by the orchard, where the fruit of life will grow, there are treasures in the garden. Will you let them grow? So look on over to the station. See the man that time forgot. He will surely be our savior, not just for me, but for you. So over yonder, down by the orchard, where the fruit of life will grow, there are treasures in the garden. So over yonder down by the orchard, where the fruit of life will grow, there are treasures in the garden